Hi, everyone, and welcome to the latest episode of the Tiny Brains podcast. I'm Kevin Joyce, CEO at Tiny Brains, and with me is Peter Graham, the Brigadier of Brains.
Good afternoon, all.
So this week is Gamescom week. Woo, Gamescom! Woo! Both Peter and both Peter and I will be there. So if you're attending the show and you'd like to talk about anything to do with VR, be sure to reach out. There's millions of ways you can reach us all over socials, email, LinkedIn, whatever you like. And yeah, let's get a coffee and chat some VR. But in the
Right.
meantime, podcast. What we do on this podcast every week is we take a look at the biggest stories in XR from the previous week. And today we're going to be starting with some hardware news.
Yes, we get some hardware news from Vive, which is fairly irregular, but slightly unexpectedly, maybe expectedly, they've got into the smart glasses market, smartphone market. They've been in there for years. With the Vive Eagle was announced last week, and these are a set of AI smart glasses. So, no, again, no, these aren't AR. These are like the Ray-Ban Meta smart glasses. They've got AI built in to give you information, translation services. They've got a camera built in so you can take photos and videos and all that loveliness that we expect from smart glasses nowadays. And yeah, there we go. That's
I,
it. Sure.
I would argue that they actually are AR. It's just there's no visual overlay.
I know we've had this discussion before. Yeah, you like to
But
say.
yeah, they look interesting to me. Am I right in thinking they're only available in Taiwan for now?
You are correct. They've not announced anything international so far. They are available to pre-order in Taiwan, retailing for around about $530. So sort of expected sort of market retail price. But yes, only in Taiwan at the moment. We don't know if they're going to be going international. We expect them to, but we don't know yet.
It's a test market, surely.
Most definitely, yeah. But they do look snazzy. They come in three colors, and there's only one style, but like I say, three different colors. And yeah, they don't look that offensive. They look fairly standard, sort of sunglasses based. And yeah, hopefully they actually work and do what they need to do, and they might make some inroads in the market.
Hopefully. We all know Vive were once upon a time the kings in VR and are now not. So let's hope they open a new door with this, keep their foot in the market, because there's plenty of opportunity for this industry to grow. More competitors, the better.
Exactly. Yeah. Go on, Vive.
Talking about growing the market, though, Meta have got their own new drop.
Yes, well, this is another rumor mill. The Vive HT. Oh my life! I'm getting it's the Meta Hypernova has been in the news recently. This is the HUD-based set of smart glasses from Meta that we're expecting to see this year, quite possibly at Meta Connect next month. And the recent rumor is that the pricing is actually going to be a bit lower than the $1,000 that a lot of people are expecting. Now that everyone's expecting it to be around $800, which is woo, you know, maybe a bit more consumer friendly, but not exactly. It's not Quest 3S consumer friendly, but with as it has this heads-up display, you expect it to be a bit more pricey, don't you?
But I mean, $200 off, 20% of the expected price. Any price drop like that is good, right? Let's get those price points down, get the form factor down. Perfect. Everything we want right there.
Yeah, exactly. And these are the smart glasses that are expected to have the neural wristband as well.
Hmm.
No hand tracking. It's gonna be wrist tracking, which by all accounts seems to be quite well, might possibly be a lot more accurate. I don't know yet. I've not tested it, but there's a lot of anticipation for these type of controllers.
Yeah, I'm quite excited for this device personally. I think it's interesting.
So this might, like I say, this could be at Connect, and it could be one of the big announcements at Connect because they
Gonna
have
drop available now kind of stuff going on.
like accept pre-orders and all the rest of it.
Yeah. Okay. Sticking with hardware-ish for a minute. This is more firmware. I don't know. We're talking about the PSVR 2.
Yes, because there, last year, PSVR 2 wasn't doing particularly great. Sony wasn't particularly, well, they wasn't particularly supporting it as much as we expected to. But they did release a surprising announcement with PC support, which we're all generally behind. They released a PC adapter so you can play PC VR games on your PSVR 2, which was great, but it didn't have all the features of PSVR 2. You didn't have eye tracking, you didn't have HDR, you didn't have the headset rumble, you didn't have the adaptive triggers. So there was a lot of features missing. So a bunch of modders have gone out and tried to rectify that. So on GitHub at the moment, you can get a piece of software called PSVR or PlayStation VR 2 Toolkit, and that will actually add in a couple of features. It'll add in eye tracking, and it'll add in the adaptive triggers for your sense controllers, which is kind of cool. It's all open source, so it's all free to download and try and see how well it works. We've not tested it here, so we don't know how well this works at the moment. But yeah, that's good news, and it's like, okay, if a bunch of modders can do it, why hasn't Sony done it?
Well, frankly, I mean, we've said this before many times on this podcast. The PSVR 2 is a good headset. It is a good VR headset. Anything that brings more life to it, in my mind, is a good thing.
Exactly, exactly. More versatility to it.
So, moving on, we do always have some gaming news on this podcast, and we got some bad, sad gaming news now.
We're starting with some sad news. Yes, that's right. There was you might have heard of Fun Train because they released quite a few years ago, about 5, 6 years ago. They released a very popular game called The Exorcist Legion VR. It was a episodic horror game and did very well, and it's still worth a download today. And about 2 or 3 years ago, they announced a new survival horror game called Sin, which stands for Safety in Numbers, and it was going to had the vibe of a bit like The Exorcist, but with co-op support. You could play single player, but it was going to have co-op as the main sort of hook. Unfortunately, Fun Train have now said that they are postponing it indefinitely. They've given a number of reasons why. And do you know why they did this?
I no, I haven't heard why. I've just heard that it's happening. So, please
Well, it's
enlighten me.
it's it's unsurprising that one of the reasons that they've given to this is because of the shift towards freemium and sort of casual free-to-play titles. As we've mentioned before, games like Gorilla Tag and Animal Company, they're becoming hot, very, very big popular games on the Quest store. And they've cited that the fact that premium titles, like they were planning to put out, carries a lot of commercial risk, and they just don't see it as a viable option in this current market.
Which is sad because I mean, Fun Train were one of the not the earliest, but pretty early supporters of the medium. So, yeah, that doesn't sound great.
It's not great. We had heard very little from about Sin for the last like year or so. I think the last update was a couple of years ago. So it wasn't hot on people's radars. But yes, they have released other games recently. They released a mixed reality game called Jungle Guy. But
Uncle
yes,
Man.
Jungle Man. Sorry, Jungle Man. Okay. But Sin was the next big game from them, and it's sad that yeah, this has been postponed, like I say, indefinitely. So that's a bit sad.
Fancy way of saying cancelled. That's what that is.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Just the hard truth. It's been cancelled. Yeah.
Yeah. But onto another studio now that is seemingly picking up their support for VR, contrary to a lot of others. People Can Fly are back once again with their partnership with, and I always pronounce this one wrong. You wanna give a stab at it?
In Kuvo,
Incuvo. Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
going.
People Can Fly and Incuvo, they worked together for Bulletstorm VR, which at launch did not go down particularly well. But it seems that the two have been working together and and it's there now. It's still not amazing, but it's functional at least. But that partnership is coming back with another new game.
Yes, Tracked Shoot to Survive. They announced this last week, and this is a survival adventure, very much in sort of along the lines of one of the earlier games, Green Hell VR, which you may not have played. That has like co-op and things in it. But yes, this game, Tracked Shoot to Survive, will be an original IP from them. No ports or anything like that. This is going to be their own game. Survival adventure. Looks kind of cool. Looks kind of like some of the PlayStation type style sort of adventure games that you get.
It looks a bit like Far Cry to me.
Yeah, yeah. I would say that's a good shout. Yeah. So it looks a bit like Far Cry. Coming to Quest 3 and 3S, not Quest 2. And coming to though the 3 and 3S later this year. They say they've earmarked sort of fall 2025. So,
So I've seen bits of this game, and I've read what the teams are hoping to achieve with it, and it all sounds quite positive to me. That if they can achieve the co-op open world style thing that they're promising, then that's pretty impressive. But I got to talk about that subtitle. Tracked is fine, but shoot to survive. I'm sorry, guys. That's a awful, awful subtitle.
yeah, yeah. I can imagine a lot of people, or hopefully they might just drop it completely. Uh,
Hopefully. At the
practice.
moment, it sounds like one of those terrible like gun arcade games where you can win a pound if you hit the leaf. And yeah, no, sorry guys, change that subtitle, please.
Or it kind of sounds like it's wants to be like on rails shooter.
Mm, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, game is looking promising. Title is not. There we go. That's your tip from Tiny Brains for the week. Anyway, that's all we've got time for. We are going to be at Gamescom, so please drop us a line. Go get coffee or a bratwurst or something, and have some fun in Germany. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you at the show.